South Florida's two major seaports stand to lose dollars as proposed federal budget cuts take effect. Today, leaders gathered at Port Everglades to underscore the impact the cuts would have on our economy. More now from CBS 4's Joan Murray.
Port security and South Florida security are linked hand in hand.
Standing in the shadow of immense cargo ships loading up at Port Everglades, Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz described how losing more than $1 million in federal funding here will impact safety.
The dangers here are clear. I mean, there are so many different places that people or people who would do us harm could penetrate here without having that infrastructure. With a 66% cut to that infrastructure, then we are going to begin to reverse, and we certainly won't make any more progress.
As debate rages in Washington over proposed spending cuts, port security funds are caught in the crosshairs. The Port of Miami stands to lose $1.2 million. That would also squeeze security measures. Port Everglades security costs have quadrupled since 9/11.
Cruise passengers, cargo operations, and petroleum are the lifeblood of South Florida. That's why it's so important that we maintain a strong and vigilant security posture here at the port.
You may see the cameras all around the port, but what you may not see are the boats in the water or underwater teams doing safety checks.
My challenge is for you. Do you want to take a calculated risk with this activity? I would say no. And if Port Everglades is truly the economic engine of Broward County, in these very fragile economic times, we don't want to drain the oil from that engine.
With so much at stake, jobs, our economy, security, the message here is we cannot afford to make these cuts here at Port Everglades and the Port of Miami, and that it will be a step backward instead of going forward. At Port Everglades, Joan Murray, CBS 4 News.